Starting each day with gratitude and acknowledging God's presence is the foundation of a peaceful and purposeful life. As we open our eyes to a new day, we are reminded of the precious gift of life itself, a daily reminder of God's endless love and mercy. The very breath we take is a reflection of His grace. With this understanding, we set the tone for the day by embracing faith, knowing that no matter what challenges or joys the day may bring, God is with us, guiding our steps and filling our hearts with peace. Psalm 118 verse 24 perfectly encapsulates the sentiment. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. This verse calls us to rejoice in the newness of each day, regardless of what unfolds. It serves as a reminder that, in God's plan, each day is a fresh opportunity to grow, trust, and find joy in His presence. With this gratitude and trust in God's guidance, we step forward into the day, confident that no situation can overshadow the divine purpose He has prepared for us. It is through this mindset that we move towards the next step in embracing His wisdom and plan for the day ahead. Trusting in God's wisdom and plan. Trusting in God's wisdom and divine plan is foundational to living a life of peace, especially in uncertain circumstances. God's wisdom is infinite and far beyond our understanding, offering us guidance that leads to true peace. As we navigate each day, we may encounter obstacles and uncertainties, but we can take comfort in knowing that God has already prepared our path. His divine plan for us is not just a series of random events, but a purposeful journey that aligns with His will, crafted to guide us toward a life of fulfillment. God's wisdom, unlike our own, is not limited by time or circumstance. It transcends all human understanding, providing insight into every aspect of our lives. When we place our trust in His plan, we are embracing a peace that comes from knowing we are part of something far greater than ourselves. In our daily struggles, this trust becomes our anchor, keeping us grounded in faith and hope. It reminds us that no matter how uncertain our present may seem, God's plan remains constant, and His wisdom will always direct us toward the right path. The Bible emphasizes the importance of trusting in God's plan, as seen in scriptures like Deuteronomy 31 verse 8, where it is written, "The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." This assurance of God's presence in our lives, no matter the circumstances, reminds us that we are not alone. He walks beside us, guiding us through both triumphs and trials. Similarly, in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, we are reminded that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. These verses highlight the strength that comes with trusting in God's wisdom, a confidence and peace that transcends fear. Surrendering to God's will is essential in trusting His guidance. It is not about abandoning our personal decisions, but rather aligning our choices with His divine purpose. In doing so, we find clarity and strength, knowing that God's plans for us are perfect, even when they diverge from our own expectations. His guidance offers the stability we need to move forward with faith, trusting that He is leading us to something greater than we can imagine. As we continue to trust in God's wisdom, we recognize that our journey may not always be easy, but it will always be purposeful. The path may not always be clear, but God's hand is always present, guiding us with love and care. This unwavering trust in His plan allows us to face the unknown with confidence, knowing that He is with us every step of the way. As we reflect on this divine guidance, we are reminded of the peace that comes from walking in His path, surrendering our fears, and trusting in His perfect will. Overcoming fear and anxiety through faith. Fear and anxiety are common experiences that can easily overwhelm us, especially during uncertain times. However, through faith in God, we are reminded that we have a powerful resource to overcome these emotions. The Bible teaches us that trusting in God's wisdom is essential in rejecting fear, as His presence and guidance provide peace and reassurance. In 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, it is written, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." This verse is a clear reminder that fear is not a gift from God. Instead, He has equipped us with a spirit of confidence, love, and clarity, helping us navigate challenges with strength and wisdom. When we turn to God in times of fear and anxiety, we acknowledge that He is always with us, offering His protection and love. Psalm 23 verse 6 offers another comforting assurance, saying, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." This promises that God's goodness is always present, even in moments of uncertainty. Embracing this promise helps to shift our perspective, allowing us to replace fear with trust in His plan for us. Understanding that God's love and guidance are steadfast gives us the courage to face whatever life brings, knowing that He is in control. To actively embrace faith over fear, there are practical steps we can take. Prayer is a powerful tool to connect with God, express our fears, and seek His guidance. Meditating on scriptures such as 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 and Psalm 23 verse 6 helps to reinforce the promises of God's protection and peace. By regularly reflecting on His Word, we can anchor our hearts in His truth and move beyond the paralyzing grip of anxiety. Additionally, remembering God's past faithfulness can provide strength for the present, reminding us that He has always been with us through previous challenges. As we choose to embrace faith, we are empowered to move forward with confidence. We surrender our fears and uncertainties to God, knowing that His perfect love casts out all fear. Each day, we can confidently walk in His wisdom, trusting that He will continue to guide us toward peace and fulfillment. God's protection and guidance in life's challenges. Life is filled with challenges that can often leave us feeling overwhelmed and vulnerable. In these times, we can find comfort in the truth that God's protection and guidance are always available to us. Psalm 46 verse 1 reminds us that God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble, assuring us that we are never alone, no matter the difficulties we face. God's protection surrounds us like a shield, offering not just physical safety, but emotional and spiritual peace as well. In times of uncertainty, His presence provides a source of strength and stability, allowing us to stand firm. When we trust in God's guidance, we invite His divine wisdom into our lives, enabling us to make decisions with clarity and confidence. Often, the challenges we face may seem insurmountable, but through faith, we are empowered to overcome them. God's protection doesn't just shield us from harm, it also gives us the courage to face trials head-on. As we lean into His wisdom, we experience a peace that transcends our circumstances. The Bible is filled with examples of how trusting in God's protection leads to victory over life's obstacles. When we surrender our fears to Him, we open the door to His peace, which transcends our understanding. Whether we're facing personal struggles, health challenges, or uncertainty in the future, we can rest assured that God is watching over us. His strength is made perfect in our weakness, and His grace is sufficient to carry us through. To fully embrace God's protection, we must remain steadfast in our trust and continually seek His guidance. Prayer is a powerful tool that helps us connect with God's wisdom, while meditation on His promises reinforces the peace He offers. By placing our trust in His hands, we invite His direction into every area of our lives, knowing that He will lead us through even the most difficult times. As we walk through life, we can rely on God's unwavering presence, which serves as our refuge and strength. No matter the storm we face, He will never leave us, and He will always guide us toward peace and stability. With God by our side, we can rest in the assurance that we are safe in His care. The promise of God's faithfulness and mercy. God's promise of faithfulness and mercy is a cornerstone of our Christian walk, providing us with the strength and peace we need in times of uncertainty. His mercy, which is renewed every morning, offers us a fresh start each day, regardless of the burdens we may carry. Lamentations 3 verses 22 to 23 powerfully reminds us of this truth. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for His compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. This verse assures us that God's faithfulness is unwavering and that His mercy is always available to us, no matter the circumstances. The constant and reliable nature of God's love is a source of immense comfort. His mercy is not a one-time gift, but a continual flow that sustains us through life's trials. Whenever we feel overwhelmed by challenges, we can rest in the certainty that God's mercy is always at work, helping us move forward. This understanding is vital for maintaining peace in our hearts and minds, even when external circumstances are difficult. God's faithfulness also offers a secure refuge for His people. As we navigate life's uncertainties, we can trust that God is with us, guiding and